What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tori Grace. I am checking in for Woman Crush Wednesday. We're live and we're in the building. So today we're going to talk about getting your child interested in starting their own business and how can we get more kidpreneurs. So my child does have a small business. I was fortunate enough to be able to, I don't know if the right word is convince him to start a business or not. But I was able to get my son to start a branch that is part of my business, Comfort Handmade. And he has Comfort Kids Atlanta. So for him, this particular situation was able to get started because I started my business in 2015. I was actually put on bed rest with my youngest son, and I was trying to figure out a way to keep some income coming in because I couldn't work. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't work from home. I couldn't do anything. And it really put a strain on me financially. And I wanted to make sure that I was still pulling my part while I was out. He was born in September, and I had to leave work in about the end of July, beginning of August. And my son was born late September. So it really frustrated me. And at the time, my son and his dad were kind of sitting there like, hey, you crochet, why don't you sell your stuff? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't think that's going to work. Let's give it a try and see what happens. So I started selling my stuff, and business started to pick up. I was proud of myself, impressed, you name it. And it was kind of like, all right, now what? How do I pass this business, crochet business? And yes, there are men that do crochet, to two boys. And I'm sitting here like, I just don't think that I can convince them that this is a good idea. Like, how do I do this? What am I going to do? So I actually sat down with my son and talked to him and said, hey, would you like to start your own business? So first thing, just kind of put the conversation out there of starting a business. Now for my son, he is interested in like robotics and coding and programming and things. So if you have a child that's interested in stuff like that, that is definitely an avenue that you can go down, especially in the world of technology that we're in now. That is a simple business to start. People pay thousands of dollars to have people run their websites, work social media, that kind of thing. So that's an avenue right there that you can have your child start a business with. But Jaden was like, Mom, I'd really like to see if we could do a t-shirt line. So he and I grabbed the laptop and we sat down one Saturday morning and we started to research, how do we start a t-shirt business? We looked at some different things to purchase. What did we have to get? And it was really an involved process with my son and making sure that he felt included in this. And what got him excited about starting the business was the fact that he knew I can make my own money. At my house, we do not pay for chores. Chores are things that you do because that is how you learn to be an adult. I do not reward him for making his bed or putting up his shoes or taking care of things that he should take care of as a young adult. That's just what we do. Now, I will reward him for going above and beyond, like if he sees that his little brother has had a huge mess in the floor and he really helps me organize, clean that back up. Now, I will reward him for going above and beyond because I feel that you should be rewarded for going above and beyond, but that is something that you have to consistently do. So we don't do allowance. So for my child, this was his way of making money. Once he realized, okay, it cost X number of dollars for vinyl, X number of dollars for a t-shirt, X number of dollars for this, I can charge because I want to be able to make at least $10 an hour per t-shirt that I make. I can charge this much and I can make 115% profit on something. Or I can make $10 per shirt if it costs me $5 to make it. he really got excited and involved in the process. So that's the next thing, is showing your child exactly how they can make the money. So you present to them the idea, then you want to turn around and give them an avenue. Don't give your kid something to do for a small business that you like. They're not going to like doing this. And a kid starting in their own small business is something that they should enjoy doing, not you as the parent. Use this moment as a way for you to bond with your child. This is supposed to be their time. Like, you definitely want it to be something that you're both involved in and both enjoy. But in the long run, this is something that you want your kid to be able to build their own brand and build their business up. So Comfort Kids was born last year around this time. And we just started off with like one little crappy t-shirt design. Like, it was not the best thing. And so we've worked on practicing designing and getting things up and running. And by the beginning of the school year, Jaden actually went to school selling t-shirts. Like, this was the thing. He went to school. I started a business over the summer. Hey, why don't you let me press your t-shirts? Let me do this. Let me do that. And he started selling t-shirts, and he genuinely enjoys it. It is his baby. And in him knowing that it's his baby, like, he knows I'm going to get a deposit. I'm going to get a check cut. We pay him, like I invoice him, or he invoices me. He sat down one day after a competition with his friends. They won the competition. So he went to school the next day like, hey, you want to buy one of my t-shirts to celebrate the win? Like, we can have team t-shirts, but you have to pay for it. And he went to school and he sold like 5 shirts at $15 a piece, and I was proud of him. So getting your child to want to become their own entrepreneur, I think pretty much the easiest way to do it is to tell them the incentive is you will make the money. It will be your source of income. And then there you can now teach them how to financially set it aside. Okay, we're going to have this investment. Now, it's costing X number of dollars to do this. We have to pay ourselves back. We have to use this as capital. Like, you can teach your child accounting in this time frame. Teach them how to make the money, how to invoice somebody. Go ahead and teach your child now, at some kids starting at 10 and 11 years old and progressing forward. I know I do have a friend, she's taught her child how to start his own business because he enjoys drawing and painting. So now he has a craft thing. So shout out to Jakari and Aquarius and Kids Crafty Creations. They are definitely online and via Etsy themselves selling Jakari's creations, and that's because it's something that he, again, is interested in. So it's just something like your child's interest. To me, that's the biggest point that I'm trying to make sure I'm pushing here. Make sure your child is interested. I mean, yeah, you could start your kid as a fashion designer or a rapper or an entertainer, but how about we try something a little bit more? Let's throw some musical instruments into there and teach your kid to be a producer on top of a writer. Those are occupations and businesses that your children can start there as well. It has been a pretty decent process. At the beginning of 2019, we were able to finally go ahead and sit down an LLC. So we are a limited liability corporation now. My son is my business partner, and we do make business decisions together. I currently handle all of the crochet side to the business, and he handles the vinyl for like t-shirts, cups, anything you can think that you could put a label on. My son is handling those things, and he's just 13. So this is definitely something that as time goes on, the more clubs and things he's in, it's definitely something that we can have as more income, and he can have as an income-based situation. And I mean, to me, so far, it's been pretty good. I enjoy it. It gives us a time to sit down and bond. He did help us. As of recently, he's helped me design the family vacation shirts. So we have our own family vacation t-shirts that we're doing that are now available for sale because he's come up with that. So It's Disney based, and we're super excited about it because we sat down, he helped me press it up, and everybody in the family now is decked out in Disney designs from Jaden, and I'm very proud of him for that. So again, like, it's just kind of, how do we get started? It's a matter of just sitting down, family meeting on a Saturday. Shout out to LaRonda again in the family meeting. Like, that is something that works. You sit down, you map it out, get yourself a planner. This has helped us out a whole ton, tremendously. We went on Amazon, ordered a couple of planners. They have planner stickers now. It is specifically for our business. And we map out, what do we need to do? We need to post on social media. We need to handle this. We've got this account. Are we going to do a vendor event this summer? Are we going to do this back to school festival? These are things that we talk about for my son and I to handle during the process. We prefer to do online and in-person sales, which is totally cool. We enjoy that, to have the vendor events, especially because when people see kids, they have a tendency to be more supportive of children and trying to encourage them to continue in their business. Because honestly, the first year is hard, especially when you have to buy all the supplies and whatever else that you have going on. But don't forget, once you start your business, you can purchase wholesale. It's not that bad. Also, a resource for when you are ready to start your business with your child. After you've sat down and had a conversation with them, my business coach, DeAndrea Bird, has a entrepreneur accountability squad that you could sign up for. It is a month-to-month fee that you pay for it, but in the long run, it is a tax write-off that you can write as a business expense in order to learn different tricks and tips to run your business. So you definitely want to look into that. Look up DeAndrea Bird. Her email address is info@DeAndrea, DeAndreaByrd.com. You can send her an email, or you can message us, Women Crush Wednesday podcast @gmail.com, or on Twitter. Send us a DM or something and we can get you connected with her. Definitely want to reach out to her. Tell her Tori Grace sent you. She has helped us tremendously with our business. Where to open a credit line, how to get the business monetized, to continue to push forward to do what we need to do and handle. I mean, it's just something, like, it's really helped out tons to keep my son and I engaged, teaching him different things, because he does need to learn the back end. Like right now, the fun side is make the t-shirt, mom put it up. I'm teaching him how to take pictures. A dear friend of ours, Macy May Photography, taught me how to do an in-home photo studio. I mean, there's so many aspects to it. I mean, even if your child enjoys photography, that is a business unto its own, where you can teach your child how to take pictures and now they can monetize that. Whether being a family photographer or taking pictures of other people's items for them to sell, especially in like Etsy businesses, they need individual products shot. That's a product photographer is something that you could be as a kidpreneur. I mean, it's Facebook groups. It's all kinds of stuff out there now. So I'm hoping I covered everything that you guys wanted, asked, and answered for this week's Women Crush Wednesday. We can do a part 2. Maybe I can get my son to come on and guest host with me so he can talk a little bit more about his business. He very much so enjoys it. So please make sure you follow us at Comfort Kids Atlanta. That's on Facebook and on Instagram, and then at Comfort Handmade, and that is on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Everything is at Comfort Handmade. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Tori Grace, TORIGR 8CE. That is on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Send me a DM. Say what's up. I'm super excited. This is podcast number 2, episode number 2, so I'm super, super geeked about that. And thank you for asking the questions about how to get your kid to be a kidpreneur. Again, any questions, shoot me an email, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.